Good afternoon. My name is Sherry. Have you ever wondered why certain individuals are prone to being incarcerated? Is it a choice they make? Is it due to their life circumstances? Or is it because we as citizens help promote and encourage the behavior without even knowing it? Imagine for a moment that you are a young individual who, because of your addictions, which were brought on by your environment as a child, stopped you from completing school. In fact, you dropped out in the eighth grade. Without an education and no skills, you resorted to criminal behavior to survive. Now you're locked up, soon to be released, still without an education or skills, and with a criminal record hanging over your head. The law says you have paid your dues. However, society is not always so forgiving. Although you try to join the workforce, you're stopped at the door. Why? Because you still have no education, no work skills, and yes, you account for your time being locked up. It is no wonder that you would become discouraged, frustrated, and even angry at the fact that even though you want to start a new life and become a productive member of your community, you still get the door shut in your face. After working within the prison environment for over 30 years, I'm going to share with you why I think educational programs within our institutions are so critical and can be beneficial to all of us. We have a growing problem in America. It is our incarcerated population. Did you know that according to the U.S. Department of Justice, state and federal institutions increased in their population by 55% from 1995 to 2010? The typical offender would have dropped out of school by the 8th or ninth grade. They have an IQ level of 85 while functioning at a 5th or 6th grade level with so low self-esteem. Many have likely had a history of academic failures. It is understandable with these statistics why our institutions have a revolving door. Key factor in the educational process is learning disabilities. Many offenders have yet to identify that their learning challenges are related to learning disabilities. Did you know that 30 to 50% of the prison population is estimated to have learning disabilities? A lack of programs contributes to violence and deviant behavior amongst offenders. They become frustrated, they look for outlets, and you know what they say about idle minds. You ask, what are the solutions? Education is an effective tool by providing academic and vocational programs for incarcerated offenders. You increase their ability for employment upon release. Our academic programs offer basic education knowledge with an emphasis placed on reading, writing, math, and the goal in mind to achieve a state-approved GED. We have literacy programs that reach out to those students that may read below the third grade level. We have English as a second language, also known as ESL. The program is provided for students with limited English proficiency. And then we have special education. This program provides special instruction to meet the individual needs of students with those learning disabilities. Our vocational programs offer entry-level industry opportunities through practical experience in a particular field while learning. Our food service industry provides classes in food safety, sanitation, ocean regulations while working within an industrial kitchen. And our woodworking program provides the students with an interest in working with carpentry or furniture restoration. And electronical classes provide classes for minor electronic work within the construction and maintenance field while working on a unit. Education and vocational classes also aid in the idleness of the facilities. While offenders are staying busy with productive activities, they are less likely to participate in disruptive behavior. Education provides the offender with skills needed to obtain employment upon their release, therefore providing them with an alternative to criminal behavior. A survey was taken in 2000 on correctional education and recidivism with 3,000 participants. The results showed that programs have a vital role in reducing recidivism. 80% of academic completers did not return to the prison system within 3 years. 79% of vocational completers did not return, and 78% of all those completers were employed at the time of their release. Keep in mind, if none of these facts have convinced you that programs in prisons are a positive thing, just think for a moment how many of your tax dollars go toward housing repeat offenders each year. I want you to actually consider the fact that what we have been talking about here today, with the alarming rates of growth within our incarcerated population and the lack of education and skills, takes a large toll on all of us as citizens. Not only does the absence of programs drain from our tax dollars, it increases violence and misbehavior in our prisons, and it contributes greatly to the recidivism rates. It is far more profitable for our federal and state institutes to fund educational programs because it eliminates the astronomical cost of warehousing offenders. It is proven to reduce recidivism dramatically. For years, we've heard they deserve to be punished, lock them up and throw away the key. But is it possible that through education, we can give these individuals the tools that they need to become law-abiding citizens who contribute to their communities instead of take from them? Education in our prisons can be a driving force to building stronger communities and restoring families and lives. Thank you.